Okay, let's get started with lesson 8.3 surface area of pyramids. Previously, we did surface area with prisms. Now we're moving on to pyramids. So, as a quick recap, there are two ways we can classify a solid or something that's 3D. You can call it a pyramid or you can call it a prism. A pyramid has one base, whereas a prism has two bases. In a pyramid, the lateral faces, so like the sides, are all triangles, whereas in a prism, the lateral faces are all rectangles. So here's a visual. This is a pyramid, and this is a rectangular prism. If this is a pyramid because it has one base. This is a prism because it has two bases, like a loaf of bread. Whereas this is the pyramid, as in like the pyramids in Egypt. One base, two bases. Now, also the lateral faces, meaning going around, are triangles. This is a triangle. This is a triangle, triangle, triangle. Whereas here, all of these like belly sides that around the middle, those are all rectangles. Okay, so keep that in mind as we're working. Um, this time you're still counting the number of faces, you're still finding area of each face, and you're still adding them all up. So the scale is the same. It's just a little bit different now because the number of faces will be different. But today we're working with a square pyramid, so that means the bottom is going to be a square. So let's take a look at an example. Actually, first, let me show you a net. So this is a square pyramid. It's called a square pyramid because the base is a square. So it is a square pyramid. It has a base, and then the lateral faces are all triangles, and there's four of them. This is like the top view. There's one, two, three, four, and then bottom. Now a net, which is a 2D version of this 3D shape, looks like this. Okay, so this is like the flat version. You see the square base, and you see the four lateral faces, which are all triangles. So if you think about it, the area formulas you're going to need is side squared, or length times width, 1/2 base times height, 4 times. And since this is a square, and you can tell all of these triangles all reach the same point, so they all have the same height. You're actually just finding the area of one triangle and multiplying by 4. Here is another net of a square pyramid. Notice these will make the same shape, but this net is just a little bit different. Here's the base, and here's all of my lateral faces. So for our first example, this is a square pyramid with a base of 11. Okay, so the base side, I should say, it's a square with a side of 11. Um, since it's a square, I know that all sides are equal. So if I know that this side is 11, that means that this side is also 11 centimeters. This line here, if you remember, is the height of the triangle. The height has to be perpendicular to the base. That's why that line is there. It's not a side of the shape. It's that's just indicating how tall the rectangle is, the height, and they're telling me that that's 6 centimeters. So that would be like this image. That would be as if this were 11, this is 11, this is 11, and this is 11. And then the height, not the side, not an edge, but the actual height from this point to this side with a perpendicular angle here is 6 centimeters. So I'm going to be finding the area of a square with side 11 and 4 triangles with a base of 11 and a height of 6. Okay, so let's organize our space a similar way that we did before. So we're going to have a base, you could call it a bottom. Okay, but that will be like the view looking up. If you want to give yourself a little clue over here, it's a square. The area formula for a square is the area equals side squared, or area equals length times width, but the length and the width are the same. So since the side is 11, my area equals 11 squared. 11 squared is just 11 times 11, which is 121 centimeters squared. So that is just my first area. That's the base. Now I need all 4 sides, which are all triangles. So I can call it sides. They're lateral faces. Since those are all triangles, the formula I will use is 1/2 base times height. Now the base of this triangle is 11 and the height is 6. Okay, remember the commutative property, I can rearrange the factors here. So I'll take half of 6, that's 3. 3 times 11 is 33, but remember that there are 4 of them. So I need to multiply by 4. There are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of those is 33. So now that I have the area of the base and the area of all the sides, I just need to add them together. So 121 plus 132 equals 253 centimeters squared. And that is the surface area of this square pyramid. So again, no matter what the problem is, if it is a square pyramid, you have to think you're always going to be finding, square pyramids are hardest to draw. So this is a square pyramid. You're always going to be finding a bottom, which is your square, and 4 sides, which are all triangles. And there you go.